this parsha begins with, of course, the Jews are leaving Egypt, and the Torah says that it would have been easy for the Jews to go straight across Sinai directly into Eretz Israel. If you look at a map of Egypt, remember the Suez Canal did not exist at the time of the story. That would come 2,500 years or more later. But but it's just a very easy romp right through. Within a week, you'd be in Eretz Israel, traveling the way they did in those days. But the Torah says that the Jews would face the Pelishtim, the Philistines, or if you will, the Palestinians, uh, uh, in actually in Gaza, and they would say, "Oh no, we have to fight," and they'd run back to Egypt. We didn't sign up for this. Now the interesting thing is, the parsha ends with the attack by Amalek, and the Amalekites, if you know anything about the history of the ancient world, they were the vultures of the ancient world. If you were destitute in the desert and you needed some water and you're hurt and injured, the Amalekites came along. They would destroy whatever's left of you, leave you for dead, and steal anything of value that you had. Those were the Amalekites. They were literally the vultures. And because of that, the Amalekites said, it's either us or God. We cannot exist in a world with God, with morality, and therefore we have to destroy any vestige of morality. So when the Amalekites were on their way to Egypt, because they heard that Egypt had been destroyed, uh, they stopped and they said to the Jews, "Are we on the right way to Egypt?" The Jews, of course, these former slaves said, "Egypt's that way. Have a nice day." Because they knew what the Amalekites were like. They were going to, whatever was left of Egypt, they were going to destroy. Uh, but the Amalekites then turn around and they attack the Jews. And the Jews have to fight them, and the Jews defeat them. So what happened? In one case, they were afraid the Jews are going to turn tail and run. In the other case, the Jews don't. They fight the Amalekites. So what happened in between? Because something happened. And the answer is Yam Suf, the splitting of the Sea of Reeds. Plus, the Jews realized something. There was no going back to Egypt. That chapter is closed. And therefore, they had no place to go but forward. And therefore, when the Amalekites attacked them, they had no other option but to fight. So what was happened in the middle also was the Jews realized that they were free. That, the problem of fighting, standing up and fighting for yourself, a slave doesn't fight. He's going to go along with whatever happens. A free man will fight. One of the things that many people misunderstand Machiavelli, but he also wrote, "Better an army of your citizens than mercenaries." Mercenaries don't care who's going to win the battle, as long as they get paid. Whereas a free man, he has something invested. Or to put it another way, very interesting insight, it was not the American cavalry who destroyed the Indians, the Native Americans. It was the settlers, because as long as they were settling the land, that was what destroyed basically the Native American claim. That there were these people coming out, the cavalry would come, go, whatever. But the settlers were the ones who laid claim to the land. So the lesson to us is we have to have our faith and realize that, yes, the going's going to get tough, but we got to get going as well. Something to think about.